Hello darlings, this is just a very short video to explain something very important that I'm on at the moment. It's been my whole life. It's the story of slander, and it's the story of how Tavistock came about and what we lived in V for Victory, the First and Second World War, the beginning of the trauma-based mind control, that people would not grow up and stay in the energy of the Mercury childs, the Trinity, so sulfur, salt, Mercury, which is basically, here comes the dogs, 1 second. My life is a bit at the mercy of my dogs, and in the morning it's normally their time. So I just want to get this out because I have readings to do, but you know that the axis, we've got ALTAIR, and this is the Phoenix, and this is where we are meant to crown ourselves to become grown up so that we can enter the age of Saturn, which is High Cardinal, Capricorn, woman, and father, air, red and black. We're entering the true twin peaks, and we have Scorpio that will merge with Libra as the new solstice. The new equinox, west way, will be Aquarius and Capricorn, and opposite will be the sun and the moon, the east door, and that will then become the door out. The door in is the children being born will come in on this west way equinox, and opposite Scorpio and Libra is Taurus and Aries. So Mars rules Aries as Scorpio, and they want to keep Mars as the Ra king, and they want to put, they want Saturn. There's some fake astrologer girl, a video, I will put the link below, who's basically trying to discredit all Lavek's work and my work. Saying that the new solstice is going to be the sun and the moon, Akka 101, Lucifer our Lord. That's why in England they said a man of 101 years old survived the coronavirus, and also in Italy we had a 10 man who supposedly survived. This is just opening the gates into Narnia, Lucifer our Lord. It's the fake lights gang. And I had to defend myself from a group on Facebook who are trying to slander my name. My whole life is about being slandered. So what I'm trying to explain to you today is that at the moment we have the head of the snake on Sirius opposite ALTAIR. So we've got this axis of ALTAIR and opposite Sirius. So Sirius is Gemini and ALTAIR is Sagittarius. Here's Sirius. And here's ALTAIR. This axis here is the masculine axis that they want to trick us on, because Scorpio and Taurus, the new solstice, is going to be feminine. So now I take you to explain what I have found out. So I'm going to be talking about my great-great-great-grandfather, who was the honourable founder of the East Indian Company, and I am basically on earth to break his spell. So he was an English physician and poet. He basically began the first mental institutions. Now Pisces, where the sun is right now, and the age that we're ending, where the Leviathan beast of the unconscious collective lives, the whale, Prince of Wales, the whale, I'll show you this here, this whale. So Pisces here, the sun is right here now. This is the sign of mental, of our unconscious collective, of disease, of mental institutions. So these guys were basically going into the subconscious mind, and he was the first guy to discover and to asylums, maintaining an asylum known as the Collegium Insurum at St Albans. William Cowper was one of his patients and held Cotton in high regard. Cotton was a published poet whose poems were described by Cheever as full of good sense, benevolence and piety. Basically, it was the beginning of the Dr. Dolittle, merging people into Animal Farm with animals, the whole Narnia, the whole Beatrix Potter, all part of the Victorian society, all part of Madame Blavatsky and the Theosophical Society, and our David Icke and the Luciferian. So he was the director of the Honourable East Indian Company. He was married twice to an Anne, so this makes me think of Henry VIII as well. And this, yesterday I was told in my house that I've abandoned to come here, where I'm being threatened to be thrown out, you know, just because of being the woman that I am. And once I get back to my village, I will have to cope with slander again. There were two kittens abandoned in my house yesterday. Now, one of his poems was called Two Little Kittens, and I fell upon it in Smith's, in the English verse of Oxford poetry. Nobody told me about my ancestors, and I learnt this poem off by heart. Two little kittens, one stormy night, began to quarrel and then to fight. One had a mouse, the other had none. That's the way the quarrel began. I'll have that mouse, said the elder one. You shan't have that mouse, said the younger one. As I told you before, 'twas a stormy night when these two kittens began to fight. The old woman seized up her broom and swept those two kittens right out of the room. And the poem continues. But yesterday I fell on one of his poems, and I was looking for the poem of the Two Little Kittens, and I fell on this poem, and I was also writing and talking about Tavistock yesterday, and then that's when I got it, that this ancestor and the East Indian Company was really responsible. Don't forget, I've already joined the dot that Juliet Cameron, the English photographer who took all the pedophile photographs of slave children and who brought up my potato slave great-great-grandmother, and I've made the connection that my greatest, best of friends today still, her great-great-grandmother was Juliet Cameron, so pretty incredible, and we've been friends all our lives, and I only found this out 2 years ago, and so that was the guy who wrote Alice in Wonderland. He also did pedophile pictures, and this is this whole energy, you know, they want to take the children away, they want to bring us into a brave new world, and this poem that I'm going to read to you now, because I'm going to explain to you how they have mind-controlled humanity to slander anybody that reaches for the monkeys, as in the monkey experiment. They put new monkeys in a cage, and any new monkey that climbs to get the bananas, all the other monkeys try to kill him because they were hosed down with water, and a new monkey comes in, doesn't know it. So exactly what they've done to humanity, of anybody who wants to play the role of grown-ups and not children. So before we get to that, ALTAIR, this phoenix star, where the head of the snake is now and the tail is in Sagittarius, as for the wedding of Diana at St. Paul's, as for 9/11, as for the falling of Notre Dame that was yesterday. So here, this is about the star ALTAIR. So it comes from Alpha Acai. So this is the AA. This is the point where the wheel begins again, where we are now. So these guys, my ancestors, they knew that. They knew that they had to create a new age, because the wheel, this material wheel that we live in, can only exist. Well, it's been taken over. It's been taken over. They stole our free will and our right to be the wheelers, to be the tapestry maker of this dream that we live in. So they create the new cycle before we get there, which is what's going on. They don't tell you about astrology, because we're coming out of the age of Pisces, and they knew that you would you wouldn't know about astrology. So this was done in 1999, the satellite measurement. So this is again the 666, the 111, Acali and Achi. So these are the two sister chromosomes, female, female, XX, and they have to kill that to keep us in this Z. That's why with the transgenderism, they bring us to Z. These are the free Martins. These are the St. Martins. So Altair rotates rapidly. This is the Tempest. This is the Swastika spin. This is why with CV, coronavirus, the whole planet is focusing on CV. That's 322 positive Nazi spin. So when people take off their focus, the negative spin will be such a big storm that the slandering and the attacking of all those of us who know will come from the people themselves. They don't even have to, it's not even the martial law. It is all the people that will turn in their neighbours and anybody who speaks out of context of what people have been mind controlled to think. So I've already gone over all this Altair in my other videos, but you see it appeared in Alki Mucker's catalogue, which was translated into Latin as Volta Volans. So VV is M for Mason, and VV is also 7-7. So you see here, this is a 7-7 star, and the Weaver Girl. These names are an allusion to a love story, the cowherd and the weaver girl. It's all about being the tapestry maker, the spider maker. The wheel is going back to 8, the 8 legs. So it was the Koori people of Victoria, which I've covered in my other videos as well, when we had the fires in Australia. I explained that, the Capricorn, I'll show you. I'll show you here. So the end of the Milky Way is Capella. You see the Milky Way in the horseshoe. It says horseshoe, so it goes from Capella at the peak, and it comes around here to Deneb, which is the triangle. This is Vega, this is the sheep pen that we're being closed in, this is the all-seeing eye, the wolf, and Capella is the sacrifice of the girl, which is going on now, death of the girl. So, come back to here. So, Altair is better known in other names, translated as cowherd star, cowherd. So Milky Way is the M, the W is the M, it's the VV, it's the Masons, it's the 7-7, so it's 7-7, this is, they found that it was 7-7, of course, 7-7, where is it, the 7-7? Here we go, it's right here. Has a visual magnitude of 0.77. Well, 7-7 is just VV. And 7-7 is our chakras. It makes 14. 7-7 is the triangle that we put 2 7-7s together. That makes the triangle of the 7-7-7 of Aleister Crowley, of Liberty, Equality and Fraternity, which is the basic order out of chaos that they create over and over again to keep us trapped in the wheel. So the poem that he wrote. Okay, so, my lovely girl, I write for you, and pray believe my vision's true. They'll form your mind to every grace, they'll add new beauties to your face. And when old age impairs your prime, you'll triumph o'er the spoils of time. Well, they want to keep us trapped in a never-ever land where you can't get old. Okay, you're to die at 72 years old. Childhood and youth engage my pen, 'tis labour lost to talk to men. Youth may perhaps reform when wrong, age will not listen to my song. He who at 50 is a fool is far too stubborn grown for school. So anybody who makes 50 and hasn't popped their third eye will never make it into the kingdom of Saturn and of this high cardinal woman and man, earth and air. What is that vice which still prevails when almost every passion fails, which with our very dawn begun nor ends but with our setting sun, which like a noxious weed can spoil the fairest flowers and choke the soil? 'Tis slander, and with shame I own the vice of humankind alone. So this is what they were working on, how to get all humanity to slander anybody like me and all the hundreds of us that stand up and are trying to explain what's going on, is to slander. Be slander then my leading dream, thou you're a stranger to the theme. Thy softer breast and honest heart scorns the defamatory dart. So this is the bullseye, Alderbaren, the bull. This actress girl who's put out a video of explaining, she's saying that Taurus is going to be the new ruler, but that's Alderbaren, that's the philosopher's stone, that's the Free Martins, that's the bull, those are the twins, that's, you know all that. They take the hormones of the male twin and they turn the female into an XY female. That is what a Free Martin bull is. And as Adolf Huxley says, 70% of women will be Free Martins. That means that they have breasts, they behave like men. They want to kill the women like myself and all of us women who want to protect innocence. So it's the bullseye. The bullseye is the heart of the labyrinth. It is the electromagnetic right-left spin, and that is what coronavirus is all about. They're going to make in May the May pole dance, make the spin go in the other negative direction, and then everybody will turn against us, the RH negative people, the last negative carrying the negative female energy. Thy soul asserts her native skies, nor asks distractions wings to rise. In foreign spoils let others shine. Instinct excellence is thine. The bird in peacock's plumes who shone, cowed plead no merit of her own. The silly theft betrayed her pride and spoke her poverty beside. This is the story of Cassandra. Go and read the story of Cassandra. No one believed her. As I was nodding in my chair, and that's the same story of Capella. Capella in Aborigine is about a girl who, when the English came and killed all the Aborigine, there was a girl trying to tell people what was happening, and she was killed. It's the sacrifice of the goat, Capella. As I was nodding in my chair, I saw a rueful wild appear. No verdure met my aching sight, but hemlock and cold aconite. This is the stone, the philosopher's stone. Two very poisonous plants, 'tis true, but not so bad as vice to you. The dreary prospect spread around. Deep snow hid all the whitened ground. We're going into Capricorn. I will put also an old article I did called Winter is Her, Winter is Here. And that's why in Narnia they make the Ice Queen the baddie, because they want to keep her stuck in the sun and the moon. Solomon, Aslan, Arsland. Her foul-mouthed slander lay reclined, her snaky tresses hissed behind. This is Medusa. A bloated toadstool raised her head, the plumes of ravens were her bed. She fed upon the viper's brood, and slackered her imperious thirst with blood. So this is hell has no fury like that of a scorned woman. This is to kill the power that we all carry within us of this hell to protect innocence, to protect the children. The hag smiled horribly to view how wide her daily conquests grew. Around the crowded levies wait like oriental slaves of state. Of either sex hold armies press, but chiefly of the sex that's best. It is a breach of friendship's law to say what female friends I saw. Slander assumes the idol's part. So idle people who don't pop up their third eye open, they're just going to slander anyone like me. I mean, I'm slandered by my father hated me, every single man in my life, my son, my brother, because they are afraid. They've been mind controlled to hate women like myself who can see the bigger picture. You know, we're not concerned about our little daily life and what we look like and if we look pretty. We're concerned for the bigger picture and getting all humanity through. And this was prepared by Nathaniel Cotton, that then became Tavistock, that then was put, you know, Hitler was just a created figure to become the baddie, but the mind control was installed. Tavistock had begun. Genetics, eugenics. If I beheld some faulty fair, much worse delinquents crowded there, prelates in sacred lawn I saw, grave psychic and lucurious law, courtiers like summer flies abound, and hungry poets swarm around. But now my partial story ends, and makes my females full amends. If Albion's, so this is like Aldebaran's isle, such dreams fulfills, till's Albion's isle which cures these ills, fertile of every worth and grace, which warm the heart and flush the face. Well, Notre Dame fell, the black hole, they've just had a massive ritual on yesterday for the 15th, where they told all the women to put their profile picture as a black hole for against cruelty to women. I mean, grow up, women. You've got no idea. You're participating in a ritual. It's part of the whole feminist movement, the Me Too movement, and it's more division, hating between man and women. We've got to get above this. There's a bigger plan going on. There's, you know, they divide to conquer. Fancy disclosed a smiling train of British nymphs that trip the plane. Well, yes, go watch the video, Pink Floyd, The Wall, the children, chitty chitty bang bang. They want to take the children. The children will be taken away from us. Good nature first, a sylvan queen, attired in robes of cheerful green. Well, here's the friendly green giant. This is your the Irishman, not for nothing. They won at the Golden Globes. Michael J. Ryan, the Irishman of The Who, is already saying that they're coming in to take our children. It's the jolly green giant. It's the Greta, the child. A fair and smiling virgin she, well, that's your Greta, with every charm that shines in thee. Prudence, dear Prudence. This is the Victor and Corona. This is the Virgo girl. This is the Europa, this is Eris, this is Helen of Troy, this is bringing the Virgo girl to be the queen when it should be Capricorn. Assumed the chief commands. This is them trying to keep us in the black and white on the skull and bones cross. And bore a mirror in her hand. Grey was the matron's head by age, her mind by long experience sage. Of every distant ill afraid, and anxious for the simpering maid. The graces danced before the fair, and white-robbered innocence was there. The trees with golden fruits were crowned, and rising flowers adorned the ground. The sun displayed each bright array, and shone in all the pride of day. When slander sickened at the sight, and sulked away to shun the light. Yes, we're trying to shun the light, because the light is when the dark shakes hand with the light. This is the Jesus trying to take the reign, the fake light. It's Lucifer. We're going into, so as I speak, where is Medusa? So we've got right now Mars and the Moon conjunct. We've got this passage, and here is Medusa here. So we're going to have, when do we have the planets on Medusa? And this is when everyone's going to turn against her. They're going to use your unconscious, unhealed hell hath no fury, so that you turn against your fellow man. people like us trying to explain what's really happening. And it's already happened, the slander with me. I was put in Facebook jail for 3 days regarding speaking about the swastika spin, this black magic ritual of everyone focusing on the right spin of CV322. And then when the negative spin comes in May, so let's see when we're going to have on Medusa. So sorry, I'm shaking a bit because I just live so much slander all the time, and I'm fine about it. I'm paying the price of my ancestors. So the moon is going to be for the, so that's the, it's when these other planets, it's when the sun comes in. And we're going to have on the 1st of May, we're going to have a conjunction. So Uranus is here as well on the 33. That's why the 33 Scottish Rites is on this Nazi altar phoenix. So on the 33 degree, we're going to have the Sun and Mercury and Uranus. So this is the main maypole spin beginning. We're going to have Venus on Capella, so Lucifer, this is to sacrifice her. This is the kangaroo in Aborigine. That's why it was so important to have the fires in Australia, and that's what Picnic at Hanging Rock is all about. Miranda is that girl, that state of grace, who makes the true third eye, but they keep the Trinity, they keep the three girls, they keep the sulfur, mercury, and salt. They will turn all the rest of us to salt, like Lot's wife. So then we're going to have Mercury and the Sun on Medusa, and this is the day they end the isolation. So this is going to be the beginning of letting us go. So that spin is going to go negative, and everybody's going to turn against us. All of us truthers who are not in this new age, who are not in this fake light, because they want the children. They're going to make people go so crazy, like in Dumbo, mad elephants. She will be chained up, and this is all to stop us coming into the true Twin Peaks. So this girl on internet, this little actress, fake astrologer, is saying that the sun and the moon are going to be the solstice. This is the whole Solomon trap. We have to get through the gateway. We have to crown ourselves. Go away. Can you go away? Right. So this was a short video, but you can go and look up. So, you know, I'm talking about my family, but I know that the East Indian Company was really the beginning of this fake New Age and this fake New Wheel that they have brought us into. So it was Joseph Cotton that then was the, you see, this is all maritime law. This is, these are the pirates I've explained. Trinity House. Trinity House. It's all about keeping us in the Trinity and not letting us come back to this Twin Peak age. Okay, so you can go and read the poems of Dr. Nathaniel Cotton. His book was called Visions in Verse, which is the VV, which is the 7-7, which is the 1-1, which is the L. That's why L, you've got the 1-1 in the middle. It's the 7-7, and ALTAIR. I'll put this here too, but this explains, you see, it's the black swans. That's why they put the black swans. It goes back to the Babylonians and Sumerians, who called ALTAIR the eagle star. Are his two wives, the black swans. The people of the Murray River knew the star as Totigai. Was fun. Anyway, it's all there. A giant Murray cod. So this is the beast Leviathan, who when wounded churned a channel across southern Australia before entering the sky as the constellation Delphinus. It's all there. This is the Maori people. So again, this is all the connection with New Zealand. You see Kali, they want to take the energy of Kali. This is what their ritual is, of hell hath no fury. And they let the Maori men, they do the dance of Kali. They know that the most important energy is between the summer solstice, midsummer night's dream, Cancer opposite Capricorn. But they want to keep us in Sun Cancer, that's Leo Cancer, which is ruled by Sun, Moon, Solomon, when we're moving into the opposite, ruled by Saturn. In this little video, the girl says that Saturn rules the bowels. And in all astrology, they put Saturn at the bottom. That's what the Lu paper was all about. They want to keep this unhealed, unconscious energy of humanity in Cancer. The true mother is Cancer, but opposite is Capricorn. That's the high matriarchal mother who has gone through the half the wheel from summer to winter. Winter takes us into a new dawn, back towards Cancer. But they're using Virgo, the unhealed, the pre-sexual girl, to become, and that's what the poem I just read to you about Nathaniel Cotton. He's done a lot of beautiful, beautiful verse, but I see through it all, as I see through Lewis Carroll. It's all about pedophilia. It's all about making the children. That's what the whole Q movement is, of saving children in cages. It's basically normalizing the dark into the light. It's chitty chitty bang bang world. It's killing of the grandparents. I heard that in Ireland, anybody over 70 is not allowed out. They want to kill the wisdom of the grandparents. It's our only chance through now. And I'm afraid from May, this video is to say, you know, please see through what's going on. I'm exposing the work of my ancestors. You're walking into the fake Luciferian LOL 101 lights. We're going into the twin wolves. That's what the twin kittens, this poem that I learnt off by heart as a child, was all about. It's taking us into Animal Farm, merging humans with animals, keeping us in the lower belt desire. That's what 322, Genesis 3:22 is about. And when man has discovered what we know, that's when the wheel begins again. That's when they kill us. So, you know, this is a call out to anybody that can get what's going on. We're meant to crown ourselves here, this spin. It's being taken over by the Nazis, and we're coming into this Twin Peaks, and the Great Conjunction is on the 21st of the 12th. And this is a plea. I'm a woman on my own. I am slandered in every direction, and I'm speaking up for all of us women who are trying to keep you in the middle, to get you through the eye of the needle, and to see through the mass slander and turning in of us, which is going to happen. I love you, my darlings. Bye.